Hi everyone. Thank you for your joining our webinar for archiving mail solution. I appreciate your time you give it to us today, and hopefully that we can support you in a proper way and give you a very good solution that you are looking for mail archiving. I'm presenting myself. I am Yahia Masri. I am the sales manager for Blackbox, and from Blackbox we are here handling Middle East. We are exclusive distributor for cyber security solution. After me, there is my team from Titan will join me. They will give you a brief about the TitanHQ and a demo about archiving solution. Let me start with Blackbox solution. Actually, as a Blackbox, we are a global company since we are in the market since 1976, almost 40 years. We start our business in the market as manufacturer and we can say a vendor for infrastructure solutions. Okay, we present in more than 30 countries around the world. During this 40 years, you can say that we are acquiring more than 120 companies just to support us and to let us give to the customer end-to-end solution. Okay, during these years, we can say that we have many call centers around the globe just to support the customers here and here. Okay, we have more than 3,800 representatives. We have more than 8,000 clients globally. In our solutions, we can say that for the cybersecurity part, we are here. We can support you in many different solution demands and required in the market. If you are looking for penetration testing, vulnerability solutions, digital marketing, okay, you are looking for the endpoint protection, network protection, for XDR solution also as XDR protection. We are here to support you. In general, any requirement you are looking for in web gateway, email security in different way, like spam solution, archiving solution, email encryption. Okay. Also, if you are looking for to access or to protect the data, if you have some solution or requirement to protect your physical servers, the traffic between physical servers and cloud solution, definitely we are here to support you. As well for Wi-Fi solution. Many customers they are especially for the guest Wi-Fi solution. We are we can support you with different solution here, and many in cybersecurity. In general, we are signing or we have exclusive distributor for many vendors. Okay, especially for TitanHQ in the market. TitanHQ is an airline company, and they have several solutions for cybersecurity. Especially, they are focusing on spam mail solution, email archiving, email protection, web protection, plus the cybersecurity awareness solution. I will give this call to Titan team. They will try to join now, and they will present. They will give you brief about their solutions and how we can support you there.
Thank you, Yahia. I'm going to switch over and show my screen. I can show that visibly now to people, and Trevor's going to give a brief introduction to the Titan package of solutions.
Great, thank you very much, James. So hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to join us here today. My name is Treva Stankard. I'm the channel marketing lead here at TitanHQ. So just to provide a quick overview of TitanHQ. So for those who aren't familiar, so TitanHQ is a best-in-class SaaS cybersecurity platform delivering layered security to businesses. We've been established in 1999, and TitanHQ is headquartered in Galway, Ireland, with an office in Shelton, Connecticut. We're delighted to partner with Blackbox as our exclusive distribution partner across the Middle East. Blackbox brings a wealth of experience with full sales, marketing and engineering support, and they offer 24/7 technical support in both English and Arabic, along with sales engineering support on the ground across the region. So in terms of our products, if you go to the next slide there, please, James. So yeah, as I mentioned, we provide layered security solutions. So just to give an overview on the products we offer, Spam Titan and Spam Titan Plus is our phishing prevention product, Web Titan for DNS filtering, email encryption with Encrypt Titan, Safe Titan, we have security awareness training. We'll be having another webinar with Blackbox again soon, so we'll send you information on that. And of course, we have ArcTitan for email email archiving. So I'm delighted to be joined here today with James Clayton, who will give a great demo and overview of ArcTitan, the product. So over to you, James.
Thanks, Treva, and thanks for the introductions from both Yahia and Treva. So, as mentioned, I will be introducing the ArcTitan solution to you today specifically. There are other sessions coming for other technologies in due course. So if there are other solutions that we offer that are of interest to you, please make contact with us and we'll do our best to accommodate you as appropriate. Today's introduction on ArcTitan will start from the very beginning. We'll give a brief overview to what an email archiving solution is, and then we will walk through some of the use cases that an archiving solution and a best-of-breed archiving solution helps to solve for you as an organization within the current regulatory landscape that operates today. So to start from the very beginning, what is email archiving? Email archiving is the act of preserving and then making searchable email. In its best implementation, it should be a fully automated process which protects all emails, indexes those messages, including all of the attachments, and then makes them available for search when they are needed to be accessed later. This should be a read-only format, and therefore there should be no interactive deletion of those messages made at the end user level. Only at the organization-wide level should we be able to remove messages from a good archiving solution. So with that being said, why do I need an archiving solution, and what are some of the benefits that it helps bring to our organizations? Firstly, it allows for the recovery of lost or accidentally deleted emails. It helps accelerate audit response. One of the things you'll hear me talk about frequently through today's session is that the speed and power of the search user interface is the key element in unlocking the value of an archiving solution. It helps us preserve intellectual property, which is contained primarily in email these days. It will also help support e-discovery for dispute resolution, whether that's an internal dispute, maybe an HR matter, maybe intra-departmental challenges that you're experiencing, or a dispute with a third party, maybe a supplier, you have disputed terms, maybe it's with a regulator who's asked you to provide certain information for them. We all have different regulations that we need to adhere to today. It will also help with email-related storage management, whether you're using a cloud-based email solution or an on-premises solution. There are still challenges today where user mailboxes grow large, and it becomes more and more challenging for the end user to manage the mails that they have within their inbox, and it becomes a challenge for the organization to ensure that no important data goes missing. And then the final point, for those of you using Office 365, we've seen many of our customers reduce the need to continue to pay for legacy Office 365 licenses to retain email. By implementing ArcTitan, you can stop paying Office 365 for those ex-employee emails, and you can access the data from the archive when you need to access it. So to put a few statistics on those points that I've raised previously, I would say that the key driver for almost every email archiving requirement that we experience in this market is driven by the fact that the majority of all emails are stored exclusively in email. The recent stats are that 60% of all business critical information is stored exclusively in email, and that 3/4 of all organizations have had to access and produce that email as part of legal action. Furthermore, 1/3 of all organizations have no policies in place, which prevents the deletion of those emails from the end user mailbox. And it is those 3 corners of the triangle that drive real growth within our marketplace today. Critical data stored in email, the organization having to access that data stored in email, and the organization having no way of stopping the user from deleting the message that might be relevant and relied upon at a future point in time. If we can control that with a good archiving solution, many of those problems go away in the very short term for us. Furthermore, I think it's worth exploring what kinds of emails we have within our inboxes today. And it wouldn't take very long for any of us on this call today to share our mail client and scroll through some emails until we found something that we would find very, very challenging if it were to go missing. So be that a contract or a quote, some pricing sent by one of your sales reps, all these things are stored within email today. Furthermore, we see HR records captured within email. Maybe somebody's got a promotion or a pay rise. Maybe somebody's quarterly review is captured with the notes being sent via email. All of these records sit within user mailboxes, and if they're not protected appropriately, can provide negative implications to the customer and to the organization at a future point in time. But so what? So what if we have lots of emails? So what if that email is really, really important? Maybe we can live without an archiving solution. And certainly that's something that we've heard many, many times before. I think the key thing that we would challenge you to think about with this is that all users send emails which businesses need to retain. It isn't just the senior employees that send those critical informations, they're sent by everybody. You know, the office junior producing an invoice within the finance team, or a junior member of staff within the HR function sending out some records to different departments as necessary. Someone from a marketing function having to produce and then send out a mail shot to your customer base. All sorts of users send all sorts of emails that if they were to go missing would be really negatively impactful to the business. On top of that, knowing who said what and when they said it is crucial for dispute resolution. That doesn't just mean that we've been forced to find that data by a third party or a regulator, but there are many times within the normal course of business where we wish to find something quickly to just remind ourselves who said that. When did we commit to getting that order to a customer? When did we say that we would be able to meet a specific timeline? All of that information is really crucial to ensuring that we have an officially operating business. On top of that, being able to filter through and retrieve that email data is a massive benefit, both from a productivity perspective, allowing the end user to work more efficiently within their day-to-day work, but also from an organization-wide perspective. Being able to do disaster recovery planning with an archiving solution in place significantly reduces cost and it significantly reduces risk. So we've talked up until this point about the theory. Why should we be thinking about an archiving solution? If I said something today that makes you think, yeah, that's probably a reasonable point, I should be investigating whether an archiving solution is right for us, or maybe already on the journey of looking at either replacing an existing solution or buying a new solution for the first time. What are some of the things that you should think about? I think the first thing to think about is to ensure that the archiving solution that you're investing in is exceptionally powerful from a search interface perspective. What we do at our user can find any email, however little information they remember about that message very, very quickly. So if you can just remember a single keyword, or you can just, remember roughly which month somebody sent you that information. You can jump into the search user interface and you can find stuff without remembering huge amounts of detail about that email. You can search by the recipient of a message. That can be the from or the to, as either a full email address or a partial email address. Even just this domain-based searching, we will allow you to find those messages quickly. And we allow you to do all of that however you normally access your data. So whether you are on a web browser, you can search for email from there. Whether you're on your mobile device, you can search for email from there. Or whether you're on your Microsoft Outlook, you can use add-ins there to search for those emails. So the flexibility that we deliver to your users means that the efficiency of the solution is recognized very quickly, allowing you to build a strong business case for that investment. On top of that, one of the big key drivers for investing in an archiving solution is to support e-discovery. And one of the things that we do to do that is an area of our product called Spaces. And Spaces is a case management workflow that allows for collaborative interaction with emails, for post-investigation review, and then for external sharing of relevant data to trusted third parties. So there is no longer the need to export data to PST and share it with a third party. You can manage all of your investigations from within the ArcTitan search interface without the risk of sensitive data leaking out of the organization. Furthermore, as part of those investigations, there are often times where you need to retain emails for longer than you otherwise would normally do, or delete emails more quickly than you would otherwise normally do. And we do that by supporting audited delete and legal hold, all from within our case management workflow with a 4 eyes verification process. So you can search for emails, review emails, and delete emails all through the search user interface, and you can mimic that deletion back to the user mailboxes in real time. So no need to also run deletions on the mail platform as well. We also help you control your mail server spend by only enforcing the payment for active user licenses, whilst also retaining all emails, however long ago they were archived within the solution. We allow the assigning of access to ex-employee emails to their replacements. So if somebody leaves your organization, there is no risk of data leaving with that user in their head. You can ensure that there's continuity by allowing for their data to be shared with their replacement. We can allow each of your users to find that data quickly and easily, however senior within the organization they are, by ensuring that they have role-based access for high compliance. So that's some of the key drivers to the ArcTitan acquisition at this point in time. Let me round that off by giving you some of the key drivers for people investing in an archiving solution today, and specifically ArcTitan. Firstly, for compliance. Being able to store emails securely and automatically and allowing for users to find them quickly allows for improved compliance. And the compliance landscape is complicated and is becoming more complicated. So having a best-of-breed archiving solution to support you in that journey is crucial. Secondly, for business continuity, being able to allow for the retention of emails and access to emails if an outage were to ever occur is key in ensuring that your business operates effectively, even in those worst-case scenarios. Down at the bottom row, I've talked a couple of times about this, but the ability to save money on your core email platform and retain user emails whilst being able to access them at a later point in time is crucial in ensuring continuity of service. And finally, despite people moving to cloud platforms and despite the cost of storage in many cases becoming cheaper, we still know there are significant challenges where users have too much email in their mailbox and they find it difficult to manage those growing email volumes. So how does this ArcTitan technology I've referred to today actually work? Firstly, we sit independently to your normal mail flow and we capture a flow of messages in real time. That is to say that at the same time a user sends a message or receives a message, we also capture a copy of that message into the archive. That gives you two things. Firstly, a compliance solution. That means that should you need to go back and search for those messages, they are all stored in one place that you can rely upon at a future point in time. And secondly, there is a behavior change that can happen for the user. The user can now access the archive from their mail clients or from a web browser whenever they wish. Therefore, there is no need to retain the email in their inbox for longer than is necessary. And one of the biggest changes that we see with our customers is that they see users receiving a message into their inbox, they reply to that message, and then they delete the message from their inbox, knowing that they can find it in their archive again later should they need to find it. And that has significant cost-saving impacts where people just don't need to keep as much mail in their inbox moving forward. So what are the key selling points about the ArcTitan solution in summary? Firstly, we have an exceptionally simple yet powerful search user interface. The solution will find emails exceptionally quickly through very easy to understand intuitive search user interface. So no matter how large you are as a customer, no matter how many messages that you have archived, we will be able to help you find a very small email or small group of emails exceptionally quickly. The system is fully automated with built-in e-discovery. No need for users to understand which emails should be retained and which emails can be removed from the archive. We take all of that away from them and we allow them to find stuff quickly and find stuff easily when they need to. It's entirely cost-effective in its deployment. It allows for the saving of those core email service offerings I've talked about. And furthermore, with ArcTitan, you get an unlimited archive. There is no storage cap. We will capture every email for as long as you are a subscribing customer without any limits on that solution. Finally, and as Treva mentioned right at the beginning of this, with our support from Blackbox, we get to deliver exceptionally high quality support, both pre-sales and post-sales to our customers to ensure that you get your archiving solution implemented quickly and fully supported and operational within your organization. So we've talked about the different types of organizations who should use this solution, and we've also talked about the use case and the benefits that the ArcTitan solution will bring to them. But what about the specific business units within an organization? Who benefits the most, and what are the key reasons that they're looking at for implementing an archiving solution? I'm going to start today on the right-hand side of screen with those users within the IT and IT security operations department. For those users, they have the challenge of growing email volumes. Their mail server is creaking, it's getting bigger and harder to manage. Or if they're in a cloud email system, then they're reaching mailbox quota allocation limits that they need to deal with. Furthermore, they often have users who have lost emails that they need to find at a future point in time. If you have a very large mailbox, it's often exceptionally complex and difficult to find an email that you're looking for. And the IT department being able to not have those requests come into them, but allow the user to self-serve those issues is a significant benefit that's brought to them. By having an archiving solution, you can have an improved IT security posture, especially when you hook into other Titan solutions that you can implement from Blackbox as well. We also see many organizations still to deal with those growing mail volumes have PST files in operation, and they can cause a security risk in many cases as well. And so by implementing an ArcTitan solution, you no longer have that requirement for PST files. On the left-hand side of the screen, those in the HR, legal and compliance department, for those user types, they want to be able to categorically prove that something did or did not happen. And by having an archiving solution that captures data in real time, they can guarantee that something was sent or was not sent whenever they need to find it. They can run email investigations without the need for IT. And this is one of the big bits of feedback we get from customers who use this solution frequently. HR and legal being able to search for the archive without having to use the precious time of IT is a real big benefit for the organization. They need to deal with their own local compliance legislation, and they want audited role-based access with data which is of evidential quality, which could be used in the courtroom in a worst-case scenario. So everything I've talked about today hopefully sets the scene for why ArcTitan is a great technology for you to investigate and look into today. But in summary, the key challenge that we see today that an email archiving solution gets to solve is that email is an unstructured data type. The impact of that means it's very, very difficult to set rules on what should be retained and how long it should be retained for because the data is unstructured by its nature. The compliance landscape is complex. It's becoming more complex, and it's becoming more and more difficult to understand exactly what should be done. Email volumes are growing, more emails sent today than ever before, and that trend looks set to continue for the many, many years to come. And the world we live in is a more litigious society, more litigation where email is a core component as time goes on. The solution to those problems is a real-time capturing email archiving solution to reduce risk. You want exceptionally fast search for quick resolution. You need role-based access to enhance the compliance and ensure that as the landscape changes, your solution is flexible enough that you can implement something that works moving forward over time. And finally, you want a powerful, flexible search interface to allow for improved productivity around the organization. So I'm going to open the floor up to any questions that we have via the chat through this session. Treva, have we had any questions come in?
James, thank you so much. That was just brilliant, a great overview there. Yes, we will welcome questions now, so please feel free to add them in now. If we don't get to any questions today, we will contact you directly. But there's a few coming in now, and I will sift through them now. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so the first question I have here is, can I use ArcTitan with all mail servers?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you for whoever asked that question. Yes, so we are mail server agnostic. We will work with anything. The key driver for us is that we need to be able to capture a real-time copy of all emails as they move around your organization to give us that compliant archive. For most of our customers today, that's either a Microsoft solution, either on-premise or cloud, or it's Gmail. But over the years, we have worked with many, many different solutions. So if that's a specific requirement that you have, I would suggest that you make contact with your account manager at Blackbox, and they'll be able to provide you the specifics on how we work with the mail platform that you're using.
Brilliant, thank you for that, James. Just another question I have here. What happens if the customer has old mails archived in another platform?
Yeah, good question. And this is a very common question. We see a very large number of our customers moving into our platform who don't have any archiving in place at the moment, and for them the onboarding process is exceptionally simple. For those that are already using another third-party archiving solution and you wish to move to the ArcTitan platform, then we would implement you in the same way as if you were a new customer. We would capture data in real time straight from your mail server, and then separately we would run an independent project to import the data from your current supplier. And the process for how that works slightly differs depending on whether it's an on-premise solution or a cloud solution and which of the technologies that you are using. What I would say is the process is not particularly complex. It's a well-trodden path to move that data, but it can take some time to move very large archives. And we have many, many customers who've moved 30, 50, 70 plus terabytes of data into our platform. So once again, what I would say is speak to your account manager, let them understand the specific solution that you're using and how much data that you have at the moment, and we'll work with you on coming up with a plan on how we migrate that data as securely and as efficiently as possible.
That's great, James. A very well answered question. It seems like quite a simple process, which is great. So we just have time for one more question. And as I mentioned, any questions we don't get to, we'll contact you directly. So the final question for you, James, is does ArcTitan support single sign-on?
Yeah, it does. Another very good question. And certainly, as I've talked about a number of times through today's session, the productivity benefits for having an archiving solution are exceptionally enhanced by having single sign-on. What that means is the user doesn't have to have separate credentials to log into their archive. They can use the credentials that they use to get into their mail platform or into their profile to log into the archive as well. That means that they can have a much more proactive interaction with the archive on a regular basis. And we see that frequently. Many of our customers have many of their users who log into the archive and run searches on a daily basis. And they do that by supporting or using our single sign-on support to have effective logins. We also offer multi-factor authentication as part of that for those of you that are using MFA as part of your security posture as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, James. So we'll wrap it up there. I just want to say thank you, James, for a great presentation and overview of ArcTitan. It's really brilliant. And thank you to the Black Box team for having us here today. And everyone that does any questions on email archiving, definitely contact your account manager and the Black Box, and they'll be happy to help you out. So yeah, just one more final mention is that we have another webinar coming up with Black Box on security awareness training. So hopefully we'll see you there. And that's everything from us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Treva. Thank you, James, for your support here. I just want to add for the audience that if you have any requirements for email archiving, or you have or you need more details about it, special or dedicated demo presentation about it, please let me know. Okay, we would arrange a dedicated call for all of you. Anytime. Just I can share with you, Treva, if you can share my screen. This is my contact here. Okay, attach. Let me know, please. Just send me email or call me. I can arrange a call dedicated for you. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Appreciate it, and hopefully we can see you on our next session, 17th May, for cybersecurity awareness system. Thank you.